if I may use that.
I would not apologize.
To say, because Nigerians feel let down that you brought...
Because of misinformation.
No, I have my preference, Atiku. That one, I never mince word. Wait.
We want to apologize to generality of Nigerians, officially now, coming from me as the Minister of Power.
Alright my people, welcome back again. Those short clips you just watched are the major focus of this video. This is your favorite channel, Big Nichols TV. Do well to like this video, subscribe, and also share your opinion in the comment section regarding the matter at hand. So we're talking about ADC crisis, we're talking about Bwala, who said he can never apologize to Nigerians, and also the issue of power outage. Do well to actually share your opinion on the issue of light in your area. Are you guys having a constant electricity? Of course, the Minister of Darkness, Adebayo, adelabu, has come out to say that there's nothing they can do to fix electricity, that Nigeria will have to suffer it for the next weeks. He didn't give a specific time. It could be months. Weeks can turn to months and years. But we need to talk about this issue. Meanwhile, ADC is about to make one of the biggest mistakes that PDP made in 2022-2023. Yes, they are about giving the presidential ticket to Atiku Abubakar. From all indication, from what we are seeing, Dele Momodu came out in on TVC News and made it clear that for ADC to have the chance of contesting or winning the election in 2027, Atiku Abubakar is the only candidate that can compete. Okay, is this really making sense? Is this really what Nigerians want? Is ADC giving Nigerians the preferred candidates, or what they want, who they want to make a president by force in Nigeria? That is one of the questions we should be asking ourselves. He went as far as saying that Atiku Abubakar has the money to spend, whereas Peter Obi does not have the money. Atiku Abubakar is from a tribe. He brought in tribal sentiment and talked about how it favors Atiku, that Atiku Abubakar is from the north east or whether northwest, according to him. And for that reason, it would be a good thing for the presidential ticket to go to that area because they have never produced a president. Now, talk about southeast, for instance, in terms of that sentiment. When last the southeast produce a president? One of the questions we should be asking ourselves. Now let's leave that area and ask ourselves the question, who do the Nigerian people want at the moment, and who can we trust to deliver the mandate in terms of insecurity, solving the issue of insecurity and stabilizing the Nigerian economy? Who has the capacity, who has the competency, who has a track record other than Peter Obi? I am not forcing Peter Obi on Nigerians. Nigerians already choose Peter Obi ahead of any other candidate, both in the APC, in the ADC, in the PDP, in the Labour Party, and who is even talking about Labour Party that is already dead. Any other preferred, any other opposition party, it's only Peter Obi at the moment that we can actually hold accountable, when it comes to the issue of power, issue of equity, issue of justice, issue of fairness, issue of transparency, issue of of accountability and honesty. Peter Obi possesses that character and it cannot be taken away from him. Now, Bwala, in another video I will show you, Bwala has made an international disgrace of himself by saying he can never apologize to Nigeria, even after disgracing Nigeria on Al Jazeera. He was asked to apologize to Nigerians on that note, but he said no, that he owes Nigeria no apology and he did not disgrace Nigeria, that Nigerians did not watch the proper video. Which other video does Bwala really want Nigerians to watch? At this point, I'm just tired of this guy called Bwala. I need you guys to take a look at the video. Please watch the end so that you don't miss any points on this issue of ADC crisis and the zoning which they are about to give to Atiku Abubakar. He go loud though, he no go dey funny, because Nigerians, the coming together of ADC, the fall apart of ADC is going to be louder than they are coming together, and it's going to be louder than any fall of any political party in the Nigerian history. This is facts for sure. I need you guys to take a look at the video, watch the end, don't forget to smash the like button, share this video, subscribe. Let's take the channel to 1,000 subscribers.
Okay, but one aspect of the entire thing that stands out like a sore thumb, is the aspect where you outrightly denied making some of the comments. Whereas, hold on, Daniel, whereas you were, there are records, electronic records.
Yeah.
So, this is an opportunity now, because, Daniel, what I want us to do, let's give opportunity to Nigerians to see you apologize, if I may use that.
I would not apologize.
To say, because Nigerians feel let down that you brought
because of misinformation. When they bring out the full video and play it, and the Nigerians watch it and air their opinion, then at that point we will decide whether I will apologize. I would rather expect that lots of Nigerians will apologize to me, but then they can't now because their opinion was based on the 8-minute doctored interview. So within that context, they are right in how they express themselves.
Are you saying, Daniel, that even the aspect where you were asked direct questions that you said the president is this, or okay, for instance, you didn't say that in that interview, but I remember you saying even if they give President Tinubu 30 years, he cannot do anything. You said that.
This is another misinformation. Okay. You see what you're just saying?
Yeah.
Because it has been played over and over on social media,
accepted as
you now accept. But I never say something like that.
Until we play out, maybe if we now get the real tape.
I can even send you the interview, or if you can pause this, I will forward to you. I have it on my phone here.
Daniel, what about the specific cases, instances that Mehdi mentioned, where you said this, he said no, but then they played,
like I told you, you see, this is another thing.
Yes.
You are still believing the falsehood and the lies of Mehdi.
Explain the falsehood.
No, you said they played. In that interview, there was never playing of anything.
Yeah, I admit your explanation that it wasn't played to you when you were there.
Yes.
They played it afterwards. But
no, they did not play it afterwards because there was any hearing again.
They produced it afterwards and added it.
But the point I'm saying, get it very clear.
Let me get it.
If the in fact, not even the original, even the 49 minutes interview that was doctored.
Yes.
If you go and watch it, a lot of people didn't watch it. Those who watch it actually contact me and say they were surprised that this thing went this way.
Because they're your friends.
No, I'm talking about obedience. How I assess my performance from my worst enemies. From obedience. So now, they said, so what is the huge? Because in the beginning, he has asked a question like that and you have admitted. Why is it that later you denied? I told him, let the full video come out. I got frustrated with the way he was repeating what I told him. I acknowledged saying things even more than what you are imagining. But let us go to the issues, because now I have changed my opinion and everybody has a right. In fact, on one occasion, I asked him, what is the job of the opposition? He said to oppose. I said, thank you.
So, let's tidy up on this. So you don't owe Nigerians any explanation?
No, I don't owe Nigerians. Explanation? Yes, I've explained.
Sorry, you don't owe us any apologies?
No, I don't.
Because it's a sign of, magnanimity, largeness of heart.
Yes, if
to say, I'm sorry, that was not my best showing.
In my life, I have, if anybody that knows me, I am one of the fewest persons that own up to issues when they are correct, and I say I apologize. Ask people who are around me. To a point where some people say, you too, they apologize. But I cannot apologize on falsehood, on doctored interview, for which the opinion were based on the doctored interview. You understand? They were based on that. So I will not apologize to falsehood and to fake news until when they release the entire video. Then when you watch it and then you come back to me and say, this is a poor performance. I've watched all the video and I think it's a poor performance. And then I'll apologize to you.
Because why I asked was because, when I saw it, I was like, Daniel didn't commit any offense. If you were asked, you said this, simply say, yes, I said it based on the information I had then, or I've changed my mind. Nobody can accuse you for
even in the 49 minutes, I urge you, sir, because I'm now using you as a reflection of the society, because I'm seeing from the way we are communicating, you probably didn't watch the 49. A lot of people did not, because Mehdi released the 8 minutes.
No, I watched the entire 49. I watched it.
You watched it?
Yes, the entire 49.
Was there at any material time in the 49 minutes where I admitted to saying things against Asuaju? And I said I did that because I was in the opposition.
Yes, there was a point where you said that's the job of the opposition or something. There was a point at that where you
said
that.
If you have watched it, you will find more than 3 occasions of which I acknowledge. And by the way, for more than 1 year in Nigeria, this thing was litigated. All the TV houses I have been to, all, and what I mean all, podcasts and everything, I have never denied that. I have never denied saying that. And it is out in the public domain anyway. And the president in question, whom I say things in my capacity as the opposition, told me it is just the opposition. Ignore that and just move on with your work. You get the point? So I don't know the hue. You see, Mehdi Hassan did that because he might say that he is not a Nigerian, so he didn't know how that thing was litigated after I've changed my mind, and he has to do that. I don't have a problem with that. I answered all his questions. When he starts saying the same thing after I had warned him, I now made up my mind just to be denying it.
Okay, let's tidy up on this with this last.
On the issue of ADC, I don't think there is anyone in our party who can say he owns the party. Not Atiku, not Obi, Bwala, and others. Nobody can make such a claim. That's number one. Number two is that yesterday I watched your program and I was alarmed at the rate at which people are coming on television, on radio, in the newspapers to spew blatant lies, to rewrite our history. And so I believe that is why I am here this morning. ADC will determine who gets the ticket based on strategy. It won't be at the dictate of one man or woman. My advice to ADC is simple. Time is not on our side. I have attempted to contest twice. First in 2011 and then in 2023. And I know that the head of the elephant is not a child's play. So if we really want to compete against a candidate who is not going to be a regular candidate, you remember I gave the same warning in 2022 before things fell apart. We must come together immediately and take a decision. How? I don't know. And what is my prescription? We have in ADC today at least two of the leading contestants in the last election. So you do not need to reinvent the wheel. What it takes to win an election is not just the crowd, it's not just the noise, it's not just your ideas, it's not how brilliant you are. Go back to the drawing board and look at how Buhari captured power in 2015. I was a part of those who walked. At that time, I wasn't a member of APC. So go back and you will see that what it takes. Right now, Tinubu is so formidable that you are not just going to produce a candidate who can take him out. It doesn't work that way. And I will go around the world. You would remember that Joe Biden was removed from the race by the Democrats in America. Oh, he's too old. Oh, he's going senile. He's doing this. He's doing that. Then they brought Kamala. The Democrats brought Kamala. She raised a lot of money. I like that. A lot of us really like that. But at the end of the day, she could not defeat Donald Trump. Donald Trump, everything was said against him. He is this, he is that, and old age. But he was able to defeat Kamala. In Liberia, where we have Joseph Bwala, today, I was in Liberia just last month. The old man was able to take out George Weah, the biggest, the most famous Liberian alive.
Momodu, if you can come back.
What? Just a minute, sir.
Who in ADC
just a minute, sir.
will
So
take the ticket,
going,
in your view, to defeat President Tinubu? Who has that? Who is your preference?
No, no, I have my preference. Atiku, that one I never mince word. Wait, but that's not where I'm going now. Where I'm going now is that in matters of strategy, ADC must go to a part of the country where they are most disgruntled against the APC. The people who worked for Tinubu to become president were partly the Bwala gang. Today, they are angry. They are disappointed that they've been abandoned. Nasiru El-Rufai is languishing somewhere in detention. Malami is being harassed up and down. So that team is waiting for ADC to capture. So when you go in that direction, you have Atiku, you have Tambuwa, you have El-Rufai, you have others. Let ADC go all out to capture. If you pick Atiku, it comes from the northeast, where APC currently has the vice president. APC has the vice president from the northeast. But I'm sure the northeast, which is a major catchment area, will be very happy to have a president for the first time, maybe since we had a prime minister from that region, Tafawa Balewa. Okay? So the APC currently has its chairman, and they've screened him, and he's going to come from Plateau, which is the north central. So what do you then do? And that is that's where you have a lot of Christians, because the three major factors that affect election: number one will be ethnicity, number two will be religion, number three will be a lot of cash. And when you look at all this in terms of ethnicity,
we want to apologize to generality of Nigerians, officially now coming from me as Minister of Power, that for this temporary issue that is leading to hardship being experienced, especially during this dry season, where there is so much heat everywhere, where businesses are also being affected, where schools are being affected, where industries are being affected. It is not our wish to find ourselves in this situation, but it's some factors that's actually beyond our control. But we are not relenting. We are working on it 24/7 to make sure that we go back to the trend, to the trajectory of 2025, whereby you praised us, whereby you commended us for a good job well done. And we can imagine if we could provide such service in 2025, this is 2026, this is when we'll be willing to even do more, to even do better, as we are close to the election year. So, except that we cannot help it, that's why we find ourselves here. But I can assure you that in the next few weeks, all this will be over. Power generation will improve, transmission will improve, distribution will improve, and that 6,000 megawatts will be achieved before the end of this year, and Nigerians will be better for it.
All right, my people, welcome back again. So, still on the matter, you have seen it all. You've watched the video. You've heard what dele momodu. Yes, you don't hear what him talk. You've also heard what the Minister of Power, the Minister of Darkness talk. Yes, Minister of Darkness say Nigerians will have to stay like that, or say no hope for us at the moment. But they are trying to fix the issue. And one thing that marveled me about the Minister of Power is that he made this statement publicly, and he was not held accountable. He didn't get sacked. He didn't get questioned, because in a developed country, anytime there's power outage for more than 24 hours, the minister will resign and tender apology for his inability to perform. But Nigerians are producing leaders who are after the money and not after service, which is one of the biggest problems that Nigeria have at the moment. If we cannot produce leaders who we can hold accountable, a leader who knows what they are doing, a leader who knows his primary assignment is not to collect money, but to deliver, his duty and ensure that the people he's serving is happy. But at the moment, it is Nigerians serving the leaders and not the leaders serving Nigeria. For more indication, for crying out loud, why would a minister of power come out and make such a statement publicly and he's not questioned? And Bola Tinubu did not give him a sack letter immediately and even, humiliate him or probably have him thrown in jail for coming out to tell Nigerians that his incompetence is one of the reasons we don't have electricity in Nigeria. This is the same country that have budgeted billions of dollars in the name of giving Nigeria constant electricity. And have you guys heard the latest news on electricity? The Asu Rock has been disconnected from national grid, and they are now telling us for Nigeria to have constant electricity, we need $100 billion. Nigeria, are we connecting the entire world? Do we need to provide the entire world electricity that we need to spend a whooping $100 billion, not naira, to give electricity? Nigeria is finished though. Nigeria is finished. Very, very soon, we go to pack money for Ghana must go, they go market, because the naira devaluation is getting worse and worse every day. How much is naira to dollar now? It's about 1,500. Look at the high cost of petrol. Nigerians, we need to begin to look into issues that concerns us. We cannot continue running around the circle and allowing our leaders to go scot-free even when they are making a blatant show of us, disgracing us internationally. This has to stop. Now, Daniel Bwala continues, disgrace, putting Nigeria on the map, for negativity. We need to stop it, and this is what we get when we have people who are corrupt in power. They don't mind giving their corrupt brothers and sisters, power to continue disgracing Nigeria. But one day, 2027, we will end all of this. But I hope ADC does the right thing. If not, like I said, their downfall will be louder than their coming together, and it will be the loudest of any political party downfall in the history of Nigeria. This is the much you can take on this for now, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button, share this video, subscribe, and also let me know your opinion on the comment section. It remains very, very important to all of us.